Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today it is 19th of May. It is Sunday. It is Vaishakha Masa or Madhusudana Masa, Shukla Paksham, and Ekadasi today. So today is fasting for Ekadasi. So today it is a Mohini Ekadasi. So there are few lines from the ISKCON.com about Mohini Ekadasi. So we'll read few lines. Mohini Ekadasi. Shri Yudhishthira Maharaja said, O Janardana, what is the name of the Ekadasi that occurs during the late fortnight Shukla Paksha of the month of Vaishakha? What is the process for observing it properly? Kindly narrate all these details to me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna replied, O blessed son of Dharma, what Vasishtha Muni once told to Lord Ramachandra, I shall now describe to you. Please hear me attentively. Lord Ramachandra asked Vasishtha Muni, O great sage, I would like to hear about the best of all Ekadasi days, that day which destroys all kinds of sins and sorrows. I have suffered long enough in separation from my dear Sita, and so I wish to hear from you about how my suffering can be ended. The sage Vasishtha replied, O Lord Rama, O you whose intelligence is so keen, simply by remembering your name one can cross the ocean of the material world. You have questioned me in order to benefit all of humanity and fulfill everyone's desires. I shall now describe that day of fasting which purifies the whole world. O Rama, that day is known as Vaishakha Sukla Ekadashi, which falls on Dwadasi. It removes all sins and it is famous as Mohini Ekadasi. Truly, O my dear Rama, the merit of this Ekadasi frees the fortunate soul who observes it from the network of illusion. Therefore, if you want to relieve your sufferings, observe this auspicious Ekadasi perfectly, for it removes all obstacles from one's path and relieves the greatest miseries. Kindly listen as I describe its glories, because for one who even just hears about this auspicious Ekadasi, the greatest sins are nullified. On the banks of the Saraswati River, there was once a beautiful city named Bhadravati, which was ruled by King Dutiman. O Rama, that steadfast, truthful, and highly intelligent king was born in a dynasty of the moon, Chandravamsha. In his kingdom was a merchant named Dhanapala, who possessed a great deal of wealth, of food grains and money. He was also very pious. Dhanapala arranged for lakes to be dug, sacrificial arenas to be erected, and beautiful gardens to be cultivated for the benefit of all the citizens of Bhadravati. He was an excellent devotee of Lord Vishnu and had 5 sons: Sumana, Jyotiman, Medhavi, Sukriti, and Drishtabuddhi. Unfortunately, his son Drishtabuddhi always engaged in greatly sinful activities, such as sleeping with prostitutes and associating with similar degraded persons. He enjoyed illicit sex, gambling, and many other varieties of acts aimed at gratifying the senses. He disrespected the demigods, the Brahmins, the forefathers, and other elders of the community, as well as his family guests. The evil-hearted Drishtabuddhi spent up his father's wealth indiscriminately, always feasting on untouchable foods and drinking alcohol to excess. One day, Dhanapala kicked Drishtabuddhi out of the house after he saw him walking along the road, arm in arm with a known prostitute. From then on, all Drishtabuddhi's relatives were highly critical of him and distanced him themselves from him also. After he had sold all of his inherited ornaments and become destitute, the prostitute also abandoned him and insulted him because of his poverty. Drishtabuddhi was now full of anxiety and also hungry. He thought, what should I do? Where should I go? How can I maintain myself? He then began to steal. The king's constables arrested him, but when they learned who it was and that his father was the famous Dhanapala, they released him. He was caught and released in this way many times. But at last, sick of his arrogance and total disrespect for others and their property, the ill-mannered Drishtabuddhi was apprehended and handcuffed and then beaten. After whipping him, the king's marshals warned him, O evil minded one, there is no place for you in this kingdom. However, Drishtabuddhi was freed from his tribulation by his father and immediately thereafter entered the dense forest. He wandered here and there, hungry and thirsty and suffering greatly. Eventually, he began killing the jungle animals, the lions, deers, boars, and even wolves for food. Always ready in his hand was his bow, always on his shoulder was his quiver full of arrows. He also killed many birds such as chakoras, peacocks, kankas, doves, pigeons. He unhesitatingly slaughtered many species of birds and animals to maintain his sinful way of life. The sinful results accumulating more and more each day. On account of his previous sins, he was now immersed in an ocean of great sin that he was so relentless that it appeared that he could not get out. Drishtabuddhi was always miserable and anxious, but one day, during the month of Vaishaka, by the force of some of his past merit, he chanced upon the sacred ashrama of Kaundinya Muni. The great sage had just finished bathing in the Ganges river and water was dripping from him still. Drishtabuddhi had the great good fortune to touch some of those droplets of water that were falling from the great sage's wet clothing. Instantly, Drishtabuddhi was freed of his ignorance and his sinful reactions were reduced. Offering his humble obeisances to Kaundinya Muni, Drishtabuddhi prayed to him with joined palms. O great Brahmana, please describe to me some of atonement I may perform without too much endeavor. I have committed so many sins in my life, and these have now made me very poor. The great Rishi replied, O son, listen with great attention, for by hearing me your life will change, and you will become free of all your remaining sins. In the light fortnight of this very month, Vaishaka, there occurs the sacred Mohini Ekadasi, which was the power to nullify sins as vast as and weighty as Mount Sumeru. If you follow my advice and faithfully observe a fast on this Ekadasi, which is so dear to Lord Hari, you will be freed from all the sinful reactions of many births. Hearing these words with great joy, Drishtabuddhi promised to observe a fast on Mohini Ekadasi according to the sage's instructions and direction. O best of kings, O Ramachandra Bhagavan, by fasting completely on Mohini Ekadasi, the once sinful Drishtabuddhi, the prodigal son of merchant Dhanapala, became sinless. Afterwards, he achieved a beautiful transcendental form and freed at last of all obstacles, rode upon the carrier of Lord Vishnu, Garuda, to the supreme abode of Lord. O Ramachandra, the fast day of Mohini Ekadasi removes the darkest illusory attachments to material existence. There is thus no better fast day in all the three worlds than this. Lord Sri Krishna concluded. And so, O Yudhishthira, there is no place of pilgrimage, no sacrifice, no charity that can bestow merit equal to even 1/16th of the merit a faithful devotee of mine obtains by observing the Mohini Ekadasi. And he who hears and studies the glories of Mohini Ekadasi achieves the merit of giving away 1,000 cows in charity. Thus ends the narration of glories of Vaishaka Sukla Ekadasi or Mohini Ekadasi from the Kurma Purana. Note, if the holy fast falls on Dwadasi, it is still called Ekadasi in the Vedic literature. Furthermore, in Garuda Purana, Lord Brahma states to Narada Muni, O Brahmana, this fast should be observed when there is a full Ekadasi, a mixture of Ekadasi and Dwadasi, or a mixture of three, Ekadasi, Dwadasi, and Trayodasi. but never on the day when there is a mixture of Dashami and Ekadashi. This is also upheld in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, Vaishnava Smriti Shastra, and upheld by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada in his Navadvipa Panjika introduction. Mohini Ekadashi ki jai. That is from everyone's perspective. Today is Mohini Ekadashi. Okay, so we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. And also, so from the takeaway of this one, what is the takeaway point? Just by touching the dripping water of a Kaundinya Muni, the sinful Drishta Buddhi became freed and he got intelligence to inquire about how to relieve from the sinful activities, the takeaway point. So that is from Devan's point of view. We shall quickly move to Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami, he is offering his prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead before responding to the Parikshit Maharaj inquiries. So in the last two verses, he offered his prayers to the Supreme Lord. Namah Parasmai Purushaya Bhoyase Sadadbhavastana Nirodhalelaya Gruhita Sekti Tatayai Dehinam Antarbhavaya Anupalakshivatmani Bhuyo Namaha Sadrujinachije Satam Asambhavaya Akila Sattvam Pumsam Punaha Paramahamsha Asrame Vyavistanam Anumrugyadafuse. So the Supreme Lord, who is, I'm offering prayers, obeisances again and again to the Supreme Lord, and who relieves all his devotees from all the sinful activities or from the distressful condition of the conditioned souls who are surrendered to the Supreme Lord, who is the Akila Sattva Murdai, who is the embodied personality of pure goodness, and who is the shelter of all the Paramahamsas, and who gives and awards such kind of destination to the Paramahamsas and his devotees. Likewise, Sukadeva Goswami was offering his prayers to the Supreme Lord yesterday. So today, he is again offering his obeisances to the Supreme Lord, who is the who has appeared in the family of the Satvatas at the Edo dynasty, the great associate of the Vrishni family, and also who is always free from material contaminations, and who is also like a who is not dear to the kuyogis, non-devotees. Likewise, and who is enjoying in his own abode with all the opulences in a Atmarama way. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is glorifying Krishna in few other features. So we are in the second canto, chapter number 4, verse number 14. Namo namastestu Rushabhaya Satvatam Vidurakaştaya Muhuhu Kuyoginam Nirasta Samyati Sena Radhasa Swadamani Brahmani Ramsite Namaham. Namo namastestu Rushabhaya Satvatam. Namo Namaha. So this is, I'm offering my obeisances again. Namo namastestu Rushabhaya Satvatam. Rushabhaya, the great among the society. Of which society? Satvatam. Rushabhaya Satvatam. So these families are Vrishni, Andaka, and these families are all coming from they're under the Satvata. So there is a Bhagavata family tree. Under that there is a Satvata, and then under that Vrishni, Andaka, Boja. So likewise all dynasties come. So here he is offering his prayers by keeping his name as the Rushabhaya Satvatam, the great among the greatest personality among the Satvatam. Vidura Kastaya Muhuhu Kuyoginam. Vidura Kastaya, who is completely free from the mundane wranglers. Vidura Kastaya. Muhuhu Kuyoginam, and he is always far away. And Kuyoginam, also the Kuyoginam of the non-devotees. Nirasta, and he doesn't have all this non-devotees association. Of course, as a Paramatma, he dwells and he witnesses all the activities of Tam Jiva Karma Anuvartamanaha, witnessing all the living entities' activities. But still, he is not associating what their actions. Nirasa Samyati Sayena Radhasa and Samyati. Samya Atisayena Radhasa. So he doesn't have any he enjoys the most. There is no one can enjoy equal to him. There is no one can enjoy equal to him. So he enjoys in such a way Radhasa with by all opulence. The Lord enjoys with all his opulence. Where does he enjoy? Swadhamani Brahmani Ramsate Namaha, in his own abode in the spiritual sky. Ramsate, he enjoys in his own abode. Namaha. Now again I bow down. In the beginning he starts with Namo Namaha and also ends with Namaha. So very beautifully he is offering his obeisances. As soon as we recite this verse, we are also offering our obeisances to the Supreme Lord in the same way. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami addressing the Lord, who enjoys in his own abode with all his opulences. No one can be equal to him or above him. And who is always dear to the devotees, who is the best of the sattvatas and far away from all the material mundane wranglers. Namo namastestu Rushabhaya Sattvatam Vidhurakastaya Muhuhu Kuyoginam Nirasta Samyata Senaradasa Sudhamani Brahmani Ramsate Namaha. So translation for this verse. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, who is the associate of the members of the Yadu dynasty, and who is always a problem for the non-devotees. He is the supreme enjoyer of both the material and spiritual worlds. Yet, he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a long purport. I need 4 devotees, 4 voluntaries. For the first paragraph, can I request any devotee? Meena Jyoti Mataji, would you like to go?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Purport. There are 2 sides of the transcendental manifestation of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. For the pure devotees, he is the constant companion, as in the case of his becoming one of the family members of the Yadu dynasty, or his becoming the friend of Arjuna, or his becoming the associate neighbor of the inhabitants of Vrindavana as the son of Nanda Yashoda, the friend of Sudama, Sridama, and Madhu Mangala, or the lover of the damsels of Rajabhumi, etc. That is the part of his pure personal features, and by his impersonal feature, he expands the rays of the Brahma Jyoti, which is limitless and all-pervasive. Part of this all-pervasive Brahma Jyoti, which is compared to the sun rays, is covered by the darkness of the Mahatattva. And this insignificant part is known as the material world. In this material world, there are innumerable universes like the one we can experience. And in each of them, there are hundreds of thousands of planets like the one we are inhabiting. The mundanas are more or less captivated by the unlimited expansion of the rays of the Lord. But the devotees are concerned more with his personal form, from which everything is emanating. Janmadi asya yataha. As the sun rays are concentrated in the sun disk, the Brahma Jyoti is concentrated in Golaka Vrindavana, the topmost spiritual planet in the spiritual sky. The immeasurable spiritual sky is full of spiritual planets named Vaikunthas, far beyond the material sky. The mundaners have insufficient information of even the mundane sky. So, what can they think of the spiritual sky? Therefore, the mundaners are always far away from him. Even if the future they are able to manufacture some machine though whose speed may be accelerated to the velocity of the wind or mind, the mundaners will still be unable to imagine reaching the planets in the spiritual sky. So the Lord and his residential abode will always remain a myth or a mysterious problem. But for the devotees, the Lord will always be available as an associate. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely read. Thank you. Can I request other devotee to read from there until here?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
In the spiritual sky, his opulence is immeasurable. The Lord resides in all the spiritual planets, the innumerable Vaikuntha planets, by expanding his planetary portions along with his liberated devotee associates. But the impersonals who want to merge in the existence of Lord are allowed to merge as one of the spiritual sparks of the Brahmajyoti. They have no qualifications for becoming associates of Lord either in the Vaikuntha planet or in the Supreme planet. Golaka Vrindavan, described in the Bhagavad Gita as Madhama, and here in this verse as a Swadhama of the Lord. This Madhama or Swadhama is described in Bhagavad Gita 15.6 as follows. Natad भास्यते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावकः यद् गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. The Lord Swadham does not require any sunlight, moonlight, or electricity for illumination. That dham or place is supreme, and whoever goes there never comes back to this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request other devotee to take time to read until here? Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Vaikuntha planet and the Golaka Vrindavan planet are all self-illuminating, and the rays secreted by those Swadhama of the Lord constitute the existence of the Brahma Jyoti, as further confirmed in the Vedas like the Mundaka Upanishad 2.2.10, Katha Upanishad 2.2.15, and Sataswara Upanishad 6.14. न तत्रो सर्वभक्ति न चन्द्रतरकं नमो विद्युतो भान्ति कुन्तो यम् अग्निः तम एव ब्रह्मणतम् अनुभवति सर्वं तस्य भस्य सर्व इदं विभति. In the Swadharma of the Lord, there is no need of sun, moon, or star for illumination, nor is there need of electricity. So, what to speak of igniting lamp? What to speak of ignited lamp? On the other hand, it is because those planets are self-illuminating that all influence has become possible, and whatever there is that is dazzling is due to the reflection of that Swadharma. One who is dazzled by...
Thank you, Mataji. So we'll give that other part to other devotee. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I take other devotee take a turn to the last part, please?
May I continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
One who is dazzled by the
effulgence of the impersonal Brahma Jyoti cannot know the personal transcendence. Therefore, in the Ishopanishad 15, it is prayed that the Lord shift his dazzling effulgence so that the devotee can see the real reality. It is spoken this हिरण्यमयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापिताहं सत्यस्यापिहितं मुखं तत्त्वं पुष्णपावृणु सत्यधर्माय द्रष्टये. O Lord, you are the maintainer of everything, both material and spiritual, and everything flourished by your mercy. Your devotional service or Bhakti Yoga is the actual principle of religion, Satya Dharma, and I am engaged in that service. So kindly protect me by showing your real face. Please therefore remove the veil of your Brahma Jyoti rays so that I can see your form of eternal bliss and knowledge. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. It is a very beautiful purport. So here, Prabhupada is explaining about the Krishna's different expansions. One is as a friend and as a Brahma Jyoti, impersonal feature. And so there are three features. One is Brahma Jyoti feature. Second is the Paramatma. Vadanti tattat vidistatvam yajnanamadbhayam brahmeti. That is the first level. Paramatmeti, second level. Bhagavaniti sadhyate. That is the third level. So in the Brahma Jyoti, just the effulgence of the Lord. Second is the Lord's expansion as the Paramatma who is living in the heart of all the living entities. Third level is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a person and who lives in the abode of Goloka. Goloka eva nivsati akilatma bhuto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So here, Prabhupada is explaining the two sides of the transcendental manifestation of the Supreme Lord. And so in the other context, Prabhupada was mentioning Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he doesn't have a name, but based on his activities, he is given the names. Like Krishna is the all-attractive personality of Godhead. And Nandanandana, son of the Nanda Maharaja, Yashoda Nandana, son of Yashoda, and Devaki Nandana, Vasudeva Nandana. Likewise, he gets the names by his activities and the pastimes. That is, Prabhupada has explained this one. And here, Krishna is the all-attractive personality of Godhead. And here, when he is Pardasaradi, and his chariot driver of Arjuna, and also neighbor of the inhabitants of the, becoming the associate neighbor of the inhabitants of Vrindavan as son of Nanda Yashoda, friend of Sudama, Sri Rama, Madhumangala. Likewise, he gets so many names. And that is one side when he is personally associating with his devotees and take part in the pastimes. In the personal, this is part of his personal features. And by his impersonal feature, he expands the rays of Brahma Jyoti, which is limitless and all pervasive. So this Brahma Jyoti is the effulgent rays of all the spiritual planets. All the spiritual planets. So here, let me just share this. Goloka chart. So here the Lord is in the Goloka Vrindavana. It is the topmost planet, and bottom of it there are so many Vaikuntha planets, and bottom of that is the this small limited Mahatattva. So many universes are emanating from the Karunadak Sai Vishnu. And these are all golden eggs. These are the collection of the spirit souls, and each collection of the spirit souls are covered by the Mahatattva. Then it will turn into universal egg cell in a Anda, Jagadanda. So this is Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Kotishvashesha Vazdad Vibhuti Bhinnam Tad Brahmanishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So here there is a Virja river which is separating all the material universe and the spiritual planets. This is the Brahma Jyoti. Within the Brahma Jyoti, there are so many innumerable Vaikuntha planets. In the Vaikuntha planets, Lord Narayana and Lakshmi Devi, they are associating with all their appliances. If we see nearly, there are different expansions: Ananta, Jnana, Leela, Vishwaksena, and Vairagya, Korma, Aishwarya, and Garuda, Bhu, and Dharma. These are the Swadamani Swadamana Brahmani Ramsre Namaha. So here Radhasa, opulence of the Lord. It is all the Vaikuntha planet is in the opulent form. And on top of all these Vaikuntha planets, of course, there are different expansions as well. If we see, there are Ishana and Vimala, and also different names have been here, and Kriya, Yogi, Prithvi, Satya, Ishana. And here, if we see another layer, outside layer, Shri Anuruddha here, and Shri Vasudeva, and Sankarshana, and Prajumna, and also in between Rati, Kanti, and Lakshmi, and Saraswati. They're the concepts of the Lord. And then further layer, there are different names have been given again. Shri Krishna is also here, and here Adokshaja, and Keshava, Shri Vasudeva, and Shri Narayana, and Shri Madhava. Likewise, Purushottama, Achyuta, Madhusudana. So that is outer layer. And then further, there are another Rama, Parasurama, and then Vamana. This is the other expansions here. Krishna and also Buddha, Kalki. This is the outer layer. And then further, there are other ones also. Satya, this is Padmanabha. Likewise, different layers have been given. These are all Lord's Vaikuntha planets. On top of all these things, we have got Goloka Vrindana, where Krishna, he enjoys with Radharani and with all his associates and all the Ashtasakis here. So here, when Prabhupada is explaining here, and Lord by his personal features, he expands with Vrajabhumi, Vrindavana, Goloka Vrindavana. By his impersonal feature, he expands as the race of Brahma Jyoti, which is limitless, all pervasive. And so this is Prabhupada mentioning, which is compared to sunrise, is covered by darkness of the Mahatattva, and his insignificant part is known as the material world. Some part is material world. In this material world, there are innumerable universes, like one we can experience, and in each of them there are hundreds of thousands of planets, in which one of it we are inhabiting. So that is Prabhupada also mentions, and also here this is Janma Jasya Yataha, from whom everything is emanating. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Everything comes from me. O Arjuna, Krishna says to Arjuna. So here we see in the Goloka Vrindana, Krishna is enjoying in his Goloka Vrindana, the topmost. The topmost spiritual planet in the spiritual sky. And then immeasurable spiritual sky is full of spiritual planets that we have seen named Vaikunthas in the. These are all innumerable Vaikuntha planets. And then far beyond the material sky, the mundaners have insufficient information of even the mundane sky. So here Prabhupada mentions Pantastu Koti Satavachara Sampragamyo Vayo. So this is Pantaष्टकोटि शतवत्सर संप्रगम्यो वायो रतापि मनसो मुनिपुंगवानां सोऽप्यस्ति यत्प्रपदसीम्नि अविकिञ्चितत्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Some mental speculators, by their mind, they travel even for millions of years, but they cannot reach to that planet, Goloka. But Adhurlabham Vedeshu Dhurlabham Adhurlabam Atma Bhaktav, but it is very easy for the Atma Bhaktav, who are the pure devotees of the Lord. They can go. Here Krishna gives that information. Natad bhasayate suryo nashashanko napavakaha yad gatva nanivattante tadhama paramam mama. That is my planet, supreme abode, where there is no sun, no moon, no fire, no electricity. That is illuminated by the effulgence coming from the Lord. Okay, so that is Prabhupada is explaining all these things. Even mundanous, what to speak of all the materialistic people using their material ingredient, all the iron bars and all those things, the rockets, they do not work. And then further, Prabhupada is explaining about the Vaikuntha plants by expanding his plenary portions that we have seen. Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Those are his expansions. And further from Mahasankarsana, Karunodak Sai Vishnu, and from Karunodak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, from Garbhodak Sai Vishnu to Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. So these are all his expansions. And then that is coming from the material world. So this is Karnadak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and then Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. Three Vishnus, they are in the within the cosmic manifestation for the material purposes. Though they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead expansions, free from all the material contamination, but they are engaged in somewhere or other in material cosmic manifestations, cosmic manifestation maintenance indirectly. Okay, so and here further Prabhupada is mentioning some of the impersonalists. So they wanted to merge in the Brahma Jyoti, just merge into Brahma Jyoti. So they are entering into Brahma Jyoti. They stay here, somewhere here in the light, but they cannot enter into the planets, Vaikuntha planets. They are not yet qualified. To qualify, if we wanted to enter into a king's palace, we must be very humble, follow the rules and regulations, and serve the king. That way we can enter into the palace of a king. Likewise, if we wanted to enter the kingdom of God, we need to follow the rules and regulations of the spiritual planet and serve in render, or that is the Vaikuntha planets. In the Goloka Vrindavana, the mood we develop and the relation we develop with the Supreme Lord, that way we exchange our loving relationships with Krishna. That is Goloka Vrindavana. This is Prabhupada is bringing this Natad bhasayate suryo nashashanko napavakaha yadgatva nanivattante tadhama paramamama. So that is Krishna's abode, unparalleled abode. And Prabhupada is bringing another verse coming from the Mundaka Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, and Shveta Svatara Upanishad. This is also similar to this one. Natatra suryo bhati natandra tarakam nema vijito bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhanta manubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. It is similar kind of Upanishads. They conclude. Lord's abode is it is not illuminated by Surya or Chandra or Vidyut or Agni. So likewise, his abode is all opulent, is self-illuminating. And then further Prabhupada is mentioning about to see the Lord's abode, the devotees hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukam tattvam poshanna pavrunu tattvam poshanna pravrunu satya dharmaya drushtaye. So they here Prabhupada is mentioning to see the Lord's face, and they pray that please remove the dazzling effulgence so that devotee can see the real reality. So this is very beautiful thing that devotees pray to the Lord, and for giving pleasure to the devotees, Krishna, he come to this material world in the form like a Krishna and Rama to associate with Paritranaya Sadhunam. That is the most beautiful feature of it. When he comes that, at the same time, Vinasaya Chaduskrutam, so secondary activity also will be taken place. that is secondary. But to take care of the secondary activity, Lord doesn't come, but only for that purpose. But he come only to please his devotees. That is the main purpose. He come in his own form. Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. So likewise, Prabhupada is explaining, and all his abode, Lord's abode is with full of opulences. Either he is in the Dwaraka or in the Vaikuntha or in the Goloka Vrindavana, all his opulence is unparalleled. So that is beautifully explaining. It can be possible only by achieved through the Bhakti Yoga process and becoming a pure devotee of the Lord. So Sukadeva Goswami addressing the Lord in such a way, he is offering Namo Namastestu Rushabhaya Satpatam Vidhura Kashtaya Muhuhu Puyoginam Nirasta Samyati Sena Radasa Sudhamani Brahmani Ramsre Namaha. Very beautiful verse. This is the beautiful prayers. I request dear devotees, kindly you also recite these verses in your home whenever you get a chance. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today, letter to Krishna Devi, and February 17th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request the devotee to read this letter, please? Radha Sevika Mataji, would you like to take it on?
Hare Krishna Prabhupada. My dear Krishna Devi, please accept my blessings. I am very much pleased to read your letter dated 13th February 1970 and thank you very much for your appreciation. Now I see that in our society the girls are more intelligent than the boys. The way of discussion with Dr. Stai requires a little bit of knowledge in the Shastras, which is called Siddhanta. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that nobody should be neglectful of the Siddhanta, because by Siddhantic conclusion, one becomes firm in Krishna consciousness. So these Siddhantic conclusions are being mentioned in all my books, and the boys and girls in our Krishna society should now give more attention for studying the books very attentively. And to get the strength, one should chant the beads 16 rounds without fail. In this way, when the devotee is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness, at that time Krishna will give all intelligence from within how to make steady progress in Krishna consciousness. I hope in Washington Center you will ask all the boys and girls to follow this method, because henceforward we will have to face many scholars and philosophers to stabilize our Krishna consciousness movement. I have received the Uha tape recorder, and Devananda will try to use the machine according to Dinesh's instructions. Please convey my blessings to all the boys and girls in Washington Temple. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.T. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila
Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Prabhupada. So I'm not too sure what Siddhanta means, but
It's philosophy.
philosophy, yeah. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada's actually mentioning how the girls are becoming more conversant with the philosophy, and that we also need to know the philosophy which he has put in his books, and that it's very important that we study this very, very attentively. And the way to do that is by chanting on our beads first. Yeah. So we chant, we read, then Krishna gives us the intelligence from within to live a Krishna conscious life and to kind of steadily make progress.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly summarizing in bullet points. Any other takeaway points, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare.
So eventually, Prabhupada knows that devotees will have to face scholars and philosophers in future. They will be questioning about Krishna consciousness movement. That's why he is asking to read books and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and engage yourself in the devotional service so that Krishna will give you, as Mataji said, intelligence to face all these problems in future and answer all those questions to them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful point, Mataji. Yes, just equipped with all the philosophy to be steady in our path. That is very mandatory. And thank you so much, Mataji. And any other points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
I
Mataji.
think there was a mention about girls are more intelligent than boys. I was shocked to hear that. I'm not sure if I've got it right.
Yes, Mataji, you're right. See, practically we are seeing right now.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Now, even now, at the moment, we are seeing here in our Sangha.
But you're outdone, that's why. It's not because of that. It's just, yeah. Well, is it intelligence or is it a matter of choice? And they're more of us than you boys, I suppose.
Yes, Mataji. It's even though choice, they have already taken and been present. That shows if they are intelligent or not. So that means this statement is still applicable.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've never heard him say that before, and I think if you the in nowadays the men would be offended in a way.
So there is a further here the number of levels when we are going in the spiritual progress. In the first step, in the beginning levels, so here they take the right choice and they enter into the philosophy. And in the philosophy, they keep continuing, but it is very difficult for men to come into this one. But once they come in here, once they progress, they will go into in a different pace. So they will go in a different pace. But the women, generally, Prabhupada mentions, they can go up to mode of passion. Women go into the mode of passion, but men, they can go further level. They can renounce. They can go out of the home. So after 25 years of the family life, 25 years brahmacharyam, 25 years grihastha, 25 years vanaprastha, 25 years sannyasa. That is the one prescribed for men. But for women, it is no sannyasa, no vanaprastha. They are stay at home and continue and executing the devotional services. And whenever they get a chance, they go to the holy dhams, and that kind of features are there for them. But here, whoever coming into Krishna consciousness, they're all more intelligent. Prabhupada is explaining here than boys. That is the right choice they have taken as of that point of time. Now also we see practically many women devotees are more, but they keep continuing. They are just like a fire covered by the smoke.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can you explain more about Vanaprastha? What one should be doing in Vanaprastha
So,
ashram?
yes, Mataji. Vanaprastha is the ashrama. So, after 25 years of family life, we have been observed and engaged in so many family affairs and activities. So, we got attachment with the family, the children, and the husband or wife, the concept or partners, and so many relatives and friends. In Vanaprastha, we gradually relieve from our material duties. So, for a man, as soon as he stops working and he doesn't yield any production of money or something to the family, then no one, either wife or the woman, children, no one would give respect as much it was before. Na adriyante yatapurvam kenasha iva gojaram. So just like a old bull, it is not useful to plow the land, so it doesn't help to cultivate the land to get the grain. Likewise, men also are neglected. At the time before that comes, he is given these responsibilities, free from the material responsibilities, cultivate on the knowledge, cultivate detachment from all the family. Either you cultivate or not, anyway, we are going to die. Before we die, what needs to be done? Detach from all the material things in the internally, in the heart. But that is the 25 years. Though sometimes family needed us in the beginning, out of 25 years, in the beginning stages, still family may be asking some questions, but we will be answering them. We are not involving in their decision making. We just only give information, what they can do, what they can't do, but we don't take decisions on behalf of them. That is very important. In gradually, whenever it is progressing in the vanaprastha and family, gradually they don't depend on us. Likewise, we detach. So like in Kunti Mata prayers, she also says that I wanted to cut the attachment with the Pandavas and also the Vishnus from my father's side and from my husband's side, with all the relations. When in her prayers, she requests that kind of benediction from Krishna. अथ विश्वेषु विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ति लोकेषु मे स्नेहपाशम imam chindi Pandushu Vishnushu. So she mentioned that Pandushu Vishnushu. Snehapasham Imam Chindi. So please cut the knots, strong attachment with the family relations. And in such a way, Yata Gangambasu Ambhudau, like the river flowing into the ocean. Likewise, all my attachment only let to flow towards yourself, O Krishna. Likewise, she prays very beautiful prayers. That is gradual detachment from the attachments with all the family and relations. When we leave this body, we see the real perspective. These who are all related to the body, they are not our relatives actually. We are our relation with only Krishna. That is permanent. But once we change the body, enter into another body, for example, a dog body, once again we'll make the dog mother, dog friends, dog family, dog wife. That way, we make them as friends. And once again change the body into cat, we think that they are our family. But none of them are our real friends. None of them are real wives or family. We belong to the spiritual nature. There we have to make the strong established uh, relationship to be established with Krishna and with the devotees. They are eternal.
Yeah. I have 2-3 questions, Prabhu. Small
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Like you were sharing Golok chart, and in that chart, in the Vaikuntha, there are so many expansions of Vaikuntha, like Lakshmi, Saraswati, and all. So who goes to those planet, Lakshmi planet or Saraswati planet? Because Lakshmi and they are already with Brahma and Vishnu.
So here, Lakshmi and Rati, Kanti, Saraswati, they are the concerts of the Lord. So here Goloka chart is mentioning to exhibit the Lord's opulence here. And here if we just go a little bit, and there is a mantra also is there. Om Bhor Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargho Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Naha Prachodhayat. There is a Gayatri mantra here. And here the Vedas, the personified Vedas, 1, 2, and 3, 4. They are serving the Lord. All the Vedas are serving Narayana. And Lakshmi Mahalakshmi is here. And Bhu and Leela. There are also Lord's energies, Bhudevi. And here Visvaksena, It is one of the expansions of Krishna or Narayana. So this is, we say Aishwarya, Vairagya, Dharma, Jnana. They are opulent. And also if we see here, these are all alphabets.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhu, I'm asking,
Yes.
thank you, Prabhu, for this. And I'm asking, if we go down, there are other planets, Rati, Lakshmi, and Sri Krishna and Lakshmi. Who goes to Lakshmi planet?
It's Lakshmi, Saraswati, they are not separate planets. So they are the consorts of the Lord in the same planet. Of course, here when we see, for example, if you take one planet, one spiritual Vaikuntha Loka, there, based on the formation of the symbols of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma in a different formations, the Lord is called Vasudeva. And in with a different formation, he is called Sri Narayana or Madhava with a different formation. There, in each Vaikuntha planet, he has got all opulences with Lakshmi Devi and Bhu, Leela, and all the Rati Kanti, they're associating with the Lord with a different names or opulences in a different
Okay.
features.
Okay, Prabhu. And one more thing, Prabhu. Lord Vishnu, whom we worship here, like as Satyanarayan, or in South, big temple of Lord Vishnu. Which expansion of Vishnu is he? Is it Karandaksha Vishnu, or which Vishnu we are worshipping on this planet?
So Satyanarayana, so there it is a representation of Lakshmi Narayana. So all the couples, they worship Lakshmi Narayana as a part of the Satyanarayana Vratam. But so the worship is only for kind of a material purposes. We want our family to be good. We want it to be opulent. We need all auspiciousness to come to us. But they don't engage themselves in how to go out of the material world. They wanted to stay here permanently, whatever the house they built, and live happily there. But that does not become permanent because this material world is temporary. One has to leave this material world. The purpose is material purpose. They're worshipping Lakshmi Narayana because of their desires.
Okay. And one more thing, Prabhu. I mean, to reach out to Vishnu Loka or Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan, we have to pass through so many planets and all. Na Prabhu, it's so difficult.
Yes.
Na Prabhu, will we be able to do it? I mean, in this Kali Yuga,
Yes,
from Prithvi Lok, and so many opulent. I mean, I don't know opulent, but so many lokas,
Yes.
Bhurlok, Bhuvarlok, Mahalok, Janlok, Tanlok, Satyalok. So you think people will be able to go through and then reach there, Prabhu?
So that is very good question, Mataji. So here the universe, there are 14 planetary systems are here. We are in the Bhuloka. And if you see there is this is the abode of human beings and other mortals. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is going and taking us back, which is sound vibrations. This universe, in other way, the topmost is the Satyaloka. And this universe shell, it is covered with the earth layer, not only that which we are living. There is other earth layer outside of this universe. I mean coverings on top of the earth layer, and water, fire, air, and then ether, false ego, mahatattva. Each layer is 10 times bigger than the other layer. Outer layer is 10 times bigger than the lower layer. So going out of it is not that much easy. So, but Krishna has taken once Arjuna out of this universe and they enter into Karnudakasai Vishnu's abode to bring Brahmana's children. That is Krishna's super excellent power. But here, what is given, the authentic Vedic sound vibrations, the mantras, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is the one which will bring the steady chanting of 16 rounds of Maha Mantra. What it will make us, the sound vibrations, they go always building up, and it will pierce these universal coverings and go out of this material universe, piercing them, and then gradually it is, if we see this, the travel of this Hare Krishna mantra, it is passing through the Vaikuntha and this one, and then we see Vaikuntha planets as well, but we never stop there because our aim is not the Vaikuntha, and keep going and keep going on. So this one is entering into the, on top of all the Vaikuntha planets, there is Ayodhya planet. On top of that, there is Jagannath Puri, and on top of it, Madhura Puri is also here. The orange one is Madhura, light blue is Jagannath Puri, and the other one is the Dwaraka, the dark blue is the Dwaraka Puri. And then still we keep chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then it enters into the abode of the Lord Goloka Vrindavana, where it ends here. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here in the Goloka Vrindavana, and other side Krishna's and pastimes are going on with the gopis and different leelas here, and Krishna and Radha here in the middle, and here Astasaki is here, Lalita, Vishaka, Suchitra, Induleka, and then Champakalata. So likewise all the Tunga Vidya, Sudevi, Rangadevi, and also Vilasa Manjari Rupi. So these are all going through. That is why Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanashakam Nataha Parataha Upayaha Sarva Vedeshu Dusyate. By all kinds of mantras in all the scriptures, if you see, this is the only mantra which can make us to go to the Goloka Vrindavana. Take us to Golok, that is ultimate destination. This is Natad Bhasaite Suryo Nashashampo Napavakaha Yadgatva Nanivattante Tadhama Paramamama. Whoever goes there, they don't return back. They know that material world is full of dukkam, anityam, asukam. Anityam, asukam, dukkalayam, ashashvatam. That's why intelligent people, they take the path of devotional service. But in this material world, we can't go outside of these villages and towns and enter into the forest and doing meditation. It is, Krishna says, it is kleshodikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam. It is very difficult to achieve such kind of activity and feats. So stay wherever you are, execute devotional service, chant Hare Krishna mantra, follow these rules and regulations strictly. But what we do? So material people, they cannot do all these things. They engage in, I have got so many duty, I have family responsibility, I have to work, I have to do this one, I have to clean the house, so many things. They put so many impediments instead of following the 16 rounds and follow the regulative principle. It is so simple, but it is not easy. But so many impediments will come. It is not Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudarlabaha. Anyway, everyone will die, but it is only the time is distancing. One person may be dying 1 year after 10 years after, 20 years after, 50 years after, 100 years after. After 100 years, no one will be here. But people, they do not acknowledge that one. What we should be using this temporary period. We have to vacate this material world on one day. What I should be doing? What should I accumulate? What is the wealth that I have to treasure it for myself? That one is chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, follow the rules and regulations, reading the scriptures. Prabhupada is stressing in this letter here. So that is studying the books very attentively. That is very, very important among the devotee. Satam prasangan mama veer samvido bhavanti krutkarna rasayana kataha tadjoshanadasu apavarghavatmani shraddha ratihi bhakti anukramishyati. That is, whatever we are doing here every day morning, very blissful. This will help us. It is a gradual process, and one day everyone will equip with all full of knowledge.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. One more thing, Prabhu. So, what should be the quality of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Because it has to be very potent to reach there, isn't it, Prabhu? So, our mind is so destructive. Even from the morning, it starts planning for the day, other chores, household chores, and work. So, how we can make it more potent to reach there?
Okay, that is
How we
very
can improve the quality?
okay. The quality of sound we so every day we allocate morning 5:30 to 6:30. Though we open our sangha at least half an hour before at 5 o'clock as much as possible, and keep it open so that devotees take association while chanting. This is the opportunity for the devotees to stay and chant together. And because when we chant, because other devotees are also listening, we try to chant more perfectly. If I'm doing alone, again our mind may be taking into different thoughts. But when I'm chanting among the devotees, so devotees are there. They just because of their presence, it will protect me to go to my mind to go into different thoughts. That is very important thing to acknowledge. And if we don't have devotees, at least we keep Prabhupada's chanting, and then we chant that one. While we are chanting, make sure that we are in the vibrant environment in the temple room. Complete as much as possible in the mornings itself. Sometimes the duties they will make us to keep to chant in the evening or different part of the day, which is mode of passion and ignorance. So that may not be that much influential, but still one comes into the temple room, chant in front of the deities or with the devotees association, though it is evening, that will be once again very strong, potent, or it would be having good impact. And at the same time, reciting the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, it is important because that will drive the bad thoughts out of the mind. When we remember these verses, when we have desire to remember these verses, bad thoughts would not have chance to enter into the mind. Otherwise, these verses cannot stay into the heart or the mind. That is very important to acknowledge as well. So this is if I see the TVs and other kind of thing which is not Krishna consciousness, it will kill the intelligence. It will make the mind unstable. We cannot chant properly. When we stop our eyes to see the watching the TVs and movies or the programs, first thing, stop the association with the non-devotees and make progress only associate with the devotees, read the scriptures and do the prayers to Krishna and try to remember the verses. Then gradually mind will be completely purified from all kinds of bad thoughts, negative thoughts. Then our chanting will go perfectly. And because chanting will go perfectly, we progress, try to remember all these verses, will be able to remember nicely. And philosophy will go very easily into the heart, into the mind, absorb in Krishna consciousness. And then we try to hear Krishna Katha from all the devotees. If any devotee is speaking Krishna Katha, we relish, we feel so much of happiness. So much of happiness. It doesn't matter whoever is speaking because we are already fructified in the heart. That one experiences it.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Very nice.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Can I
Hare
can I make a comment? Oh, go on then.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please go on, Mataji.
No. Go on. I'm just going to qualify what was said. So.
Hare Krishna. So, Amagapuji, can I add something what we were saying?
Yes, Mataji, please.
So, yes, as Hemlata Mataji was asking if it is possible for us to reach the Gaula Govindavana. So, I was remembering a lecture I heard few years ago. It was from Amog Leela Prabhu. So now it is not available due to many conspiracies. It's removed from the YouTube. So the one of the striking point he was mentioning in that lecture was in the Satyuga and Tretrayuga and all, devotees used to do tapasya with laser sharp focus for 10,000 years to reach even Vaikunta. So that much effort they were doing to reach Vaikunta. And we are saying that we are going to Gola Vrindavan and we are chanting very lightly, like we chant using our phone, we chant doing many house chords. We are just taking it very lightly, but we should know that our aim, our goal is so higher. It is Goloka Vrindavana, even above the Vaikuntha. So the focus and the intention that we are when we chant should be that much pure and that much sincere and that much emotion. When we call out the name of Krishna, it should be like we should cry, like our emotion should be that much. Krishna want us to take back to Golok Vrindavan. It should be like that. When we call someone also, if we even if some we call some, our family members, if we want them, if we are in a complete distress state, how we will shout, how we will call there. So that emotion should be there. So that is the thing. So that is very very difficult to achieve. So there comes the importance of spiritual master. So we are in my case, I'm so unqualified to even to chant, even to pronounce Krishna's name. We need some certain um, good karma. So we are so accumulated, we have so many accumulated sins. So there comes the mercy of spiritual master. So if we please the spiritual master, if spiritual master pour mercy on us, and if spiritual master recommend us to Krishna, Krishna will consider that, because Krishna because in our case, Srila Prabhupada has said that hold on to my dhoti, like follow what I am saying, I will take, don't bother about where you will, I will take you back to the back to Godhead. So that is the matter. Srila Prabhupada very systematically gave the sadhanas, like Prabhupada mentioned 5 hours sadhana for a man living in a city, like 2 hours reading, 2 hours chanting, and 1 hour listening. So if we are able to do that, at least we are aspiring to reach at that level, there is a hope for us. So in our own state, in our own condition, it is very difficult to achieve that much purity, that like Goswamis and many elevated devotees can do that. We are materially with too much entangled. In case of women especially, the attachment is more. Man can, as Prabhu was explaining, man can renounce very easily, but for a woman, to renounce from the thing, to get detached from her children and her husband and family affairs is very difficult. So the only hope we can have is like, let as when we read the Prabhupada Lilamrita, that hippies in the initial state, hippie was saying that they don't know who is Krishna, they don't know anything about Krishna, but they knew that if they please Srila Prabhupada will take back to Godhead. So that is their emotion. Like so instead of doing that, we can take the blessings, we can take the shelter of spiritual masters. Spiritual masters can do that, because if someone, it's like Krishna and Sri Janara Mahaprabhu, Krishna takes someone from the top, like Krishna says, like sarva dharman paricheta mam ekam sharanam, it's like abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me, 100% surrender. Even if we surrender 99.9%, Krishna will wait for the 0.1% more to take us back to Godhead. Krishna is very clearly stated that. And in case of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was like mercy incarnation, like Jagais and Madai. Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu selected Jagais and Madai, the most fallen souls from the society, to take back to Godhead. So in case of ourselves, we are not completely surrendered, we are not into Jagai Madai status, like we are in between, we stuck in the middle. Like we will not be in the list of Krishna, we will not be in the list of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but we can try to get into the list of Srila Prabhupada. If we are in the list of Srila Prabhupada, we have a hope. Like if not in this life, in maybe in the next life, or in the next life, Prabhupada will definitely take us back to Godhead. So try to please Srila Prabhupada. Try to please our Guru Maharaj. Like when we get initiated, try to stick on to their instruction rather than focusing. And for chanting also, Prabhupada says three things. When we chant, pronounce distinctly, like there should be 16 letters that should be pronounced distinctly, hear distinctly. We should listen, we should hear what we chant, like we should listen distinctively, and improve the chanting, like improve the number of mantras. That is the three things Prabhupada instructed for chanting. And the meditation and all things are not possible in the age of Kali Yuga, and Prabhupada know that it is not possible to meditate. Meditation is not recommended for this year, so Prabhupada's recommendation was pronounced distinctly. And that is what is we miss when, as a Mahaprabhu said, when we chant alone, there is a, we don't pronounce distinctly, like that is also like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says, like we say like Krishna has a form and we break Krishna's hands and legs. So that is what happened. Hare Krishna mantra is Krishna's body. So when we say like Hare Krishna Ram Rama Hare Hare, like that, when we say that, we are breaking Krishna's body. So don't do that. So that is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says. So when we chant, pronounce distinctively, hear distinctively, and increase the number of chanting. That is what Prabhupada says. And to improve the quality, like Harinam is Krishna and Harikatha is Radharani. So without Radharani, we can't focus on chanting. So Harikatha, we should continuously listen from devotees, listen Harikathas. So that is like Radharani. If Radharani is with us, we can focus on the Harinam. So Krishna and Radharani is like Harinam and Harikatha. So if we listen more about Krishna's pastimes, if we listen more about devotees' life, and if we get inspired, then we can improve our chanting. So this reading, why should we read? Reading is all about improve the chanting. So chanting is the essence, right? So when we read, when we listen, that will ultimately result in improved or increase our quality of chanting. So that is the thing which can improve the quality of chanting. So the essence is like, if we have the mercy of spiritual master, we can reach Goloka Vrindavana. Without that, with our own effort, it is very difficult. Like in the, especially in this Kali Yuga, without the mercy of spiritual master, it is impossible to reach the abode of Krishna and Radharani. So Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I just wanted to say this.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hari
so
bol,
much.
Hari bol. Mataji, very nice, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
It's
Mataji.
very beautifully explained.
Thank you, Mataji. It is really nice. You know, I'm struggling only for chanting. You also mentioned 5 hours of spending time. It is a really eye-opening for me. You know, I was thinking 2 hours chanting itself is totally difficult, whereas another 2 hours of reading, 1 hour of listening, it is really nice to know.
Yes, that is Prabhupada recommended for the persons living in the cities, Mataji. So even we can think like 2 hours of chanting is not sufficient for us to completely remember Krishna in 24 hours, right? We will get easily deviated. Even when we get a one it's like a devotee used to say like one YouTube video can deviate us, one
Yeah.
comment on Facebook can deviate us. So we are living in a world of distractions. So Prabhupada gave these very intelligently, like if we do these, we can remember 24 hours. Like we can somehow or other, we will think like what we were reading, what we were, and we listen to 1 hours means that is needed if we live in a city. So we are not able to follow that much 5 hours. Like we can do the small version, like daily read something, like daily chant completely, and daily listen something. Like if we do, and we aspire to become a 5 hours adherents in the future, like, but at least read 30 minutes, at least listen 30 minutes, and read complete the chanting 16 rounds. So future gradually we will reach in the Prabhupada standards. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think Prabhupada also said and showed how you can do it by just being simple, living higher thinking. He was simple, he was humble, and he did not take on the world. And nowadays we take on the world. So we have too many things to focus on, and we cannot focus on one because it's too much hanging on our mind and around us. you know, how much can you do? How much can you do to make it one of the most recommended action and practice is chanting. How do you make it perfect? And this is the question Mataji was asking. How is it possible, put it in a nutshell, that we can reach this planet that is recommended and will free us from all this entanglement and difficult life where we're struggling like nobody's business, trying to meet all these needs. And that's how this subject came out of women are more intelligent than men. Women are using their faculties to make it, to make all these attraction possible, but it's not possible. And that was the question. How is it possible to reach where the scriptures are saying you can reach in the kind of lifestyle that we are performing? The lifestyle is demanding, is wanting it. There's all the scriptures say you got to be clean, you got to be able to commit, you got to be able to do this and have a family life, and there's vanaprashra to cope with. Then the husband will leave, can leave the family unit when they reach a certain age. And people do marry different age group as well, so when that certain age comes, they leave you responsible. How can anybody cope with all that, as well as when you recommended you got to chant, you got to do it this way, you got to make it perfect? It's not possible. So we take on far too much, and the responsibility get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the demands are higher and higher on you. And so we get caught in this entanglement. That's what it is. If you think about what Prabhu said earlier on, we accumulate so much material things, and we get caught up in it. That's the problem. How are you going to solve that problem is get rid of. Just get rid of it. It's practical. So we have to think what's best for us. As Prabhu said, you dedicate your life in listening to katha and stuff. Well, your time is taken if you want to focus on it very clearly. Your time, the day is only 24 hours. You have children, you have family commitment, you have to come home from work. And most women are working full time now, and cook the dinner and serve the family. What time do you have to finish the 16 rounds? So we're all caught up in that. And then, we were asked, the question was about Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha, age group don't matter. When the recommendation is, I think it's 50 years you do certain things, 40 years you wind down, 50 years you give up, and then you give up this working life, and so on. So there is a time limit for everything. So I think personally we take on far too much, and people think women are more intelligent because we spread our wings a lot more too. So and we're trying to equate with the male sex, but the thing is, we are designed to do different things. Male don't give birth, they don't have the responsibility of the household chores and all that. You also work full time like the male. Okay, our wage is different. The world is changed, it's different. So it's a lot of difficulty. Sorry, this subject is very wide, far and wide, and all the planets, as Martin was struggling to understand. How can you bypass all that, all those individual hurdles in the way? It's hurdles, isn't it, in a way? Haribol. Sorry, I was going to put it in a nutshell, but the nutshell is simple living, higher thinking, and your thoughts will be channeled in the right place. You will enjoy your chanting. You will put more effort into it, and you'll get the best out of it. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Very beautifully explained, Mataji. आध्यात्मिक अनुश्रवणात् नाम संकीर्तनात् मे आर्जवेन आर्य संगेन निर्हं क्रिया तथा. So Adhyatmika Anushravane, this is just keep hearing. Nama Sankirtanachami, just glorify the Lord. Do come and sing the songs for the Lord to glorify. Recite some prayers. Arjivena, very simple living. Adi Sangena, with the devotees. Nirham Kriya, the detachment from the material world, detachment from the non-devotees. That one is needed. Easy, simple. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully explained. The small letter, it brings so much of discussion, philosophical discussion. This is needed. This is called Siddhanta. Siddhantic conclusions are being mentioned in all my books. And all Siddhantas, that culminates in chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following the regulative principles, associating with the devotees, reading the scriptures, develop the mood, that is to get the Krishna Prema. While chanting, these are the following offenses to be avoided. And what is the ultimate desired success is the Krishna Prema. Whenever Krishna Prema is in the heart, it is one heart melts even just by hearing Krishna's name. Tadasmasaram hridayam batedam yadgruhyamanaihi harinamadeyahi. Saunakadi says, they say, yadgruhyamanaihi harinamadeyahi. Which the heart which doesn't change any yada vikaro. In the previous verses, if there are no changes in the heart, that heart is kind of a steel framed heart. When we do, but when we have got Krishna Prema, it melts. Bhaktya drava hridaya utpulakaha pramada. Drava hridaya, it will melt. So this is the state where we need to bring our consciousness and keep ourselves in the pure devotion to Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other additions? Jyoti Mataji, you wanted to add any more?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I didn't know that you got Bhagavatam reading every morning. I'm so pleased and I'm so thrilled that we can start our day with this chanting and Bhagavatam session. I would love to join. It is really nice.
Yes, ma'am. It is just only 10 minutes, one shloka a day, but Saturdays and Sundays, devotees get an opportunity to speak themselves.
Yeah. It's really nice. At least Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, we can read one text or one verse in the morning, then it is done.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Thank you so much for organizing. I think I'm glad to be part of this group,
Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving your association and your inputs to our Sangha. It is very valuable. Our journey is so transcendental. All devotees are exalted devotees. They have been here in devotion and they serve in the temple as well very nicely.
So, what temple, Prabhu?
In the Bhaktivedanta Manor.
Watford.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other?
Do you come to the temple, Mataji? Jyoti Mataji?
Not regularly, but now and then I go. Sometimes I go. When I went there, I met one Prabhu, Shyam Prabhu, and I took the WhatsApp contact from there. Then I started attending. It is really nice, going to temple. June 1st again, I'm going to the temple. Monthly once I try to go.
There's Nasim appearance on Wednesday if you want to come.
I'll try, Mataji.
It'd be nice. And the whole everybody from the group, you're welcome. You will experience some really good association that will encourage you to keep coming. It's really nice.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
Association is the topmost to help you to.
Yeah, recently I've been I've been chanting 16 notes since 1 year, but since 2-3 weeks I've been finding it very difficult to find time. So 6 to 8 rounds I was chanting on beats, but the remaining I was chanting like while walking or doing other work. I've been chanting, but not on sitting on one position. And also, I think this session is like eye opening for me. I need to get back to my chanting because Amok Prabhu explained clearly that how we can go only through that vibration. So if I'm missing out that, there's no other way. So I was thinking like, oh, okay, chanting, I don't have to sit and do. I can walk and do because there's no time. I can do other work and multiple things. Oh my God, what a mistake I've done these 3 weeks. I'm finding myself very bad. Attending this session is too good, just it cleared all that dust on my mind, whatever covered. It's really nice. Thank you so much for this session.
Welcome, Mataji. You're welcome. It's really good move that you made. You'll be surprised how things will change.
Yeah.
And really, you can be able to arrange your time a lot more fruitful.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other points? We are already 2 o'clock. Meena Mataji.
Like Krishna, very nice lesson you can explain. But just one question, like in the verse we was
Mataji, we can't hear you again.
sorry, the verse we were reading,
Sir.
like the Bhagavatam was where it said like Krishna is problem for non-devotees. So I didn't understand how can Krishna is problem for non-devotees.
Because non-devotees, they come and go. They cannot understand Krishna. Non-devotees, in the sense, Krishna give all kinds of money and the family and relations, a good job in the sense they will be fully busy. If you see a business person, he doesn't find any time, always earning money, which he cannot take with him at any point of time. That is they cannot come to Krishna. So they are in the material energy of the Lord.
Mm.
And sometimes photo yogis.
Happy, but it's
they-
not.
Sorry, Mataji.
Sorry, that means like even like they think that materialistic they are happy, but they are not. Like, or ultimately they have a problem.
Yes, so they have not tried to solve the birth, old age, disease, and death. These are the main problems. But they're struggling. It appears that they are happy by earning so much of money, but their body is getting decayed and they are getting older. They're getting diseases that they cannot stop them. They think that I get good prestige in the society and I have got a good, beautiful form. Everyone are appreciating me, fame. These are all not the qualities or qualifications to come to Krishna. Janma Aishwarya Sruta Sribihi Yedamana Madhapuman Naivaharati Abhidatum Vai Tvam Akinjana Gocharam. One should not have such kind of qualities to please Krishna. One, he should be humble, meek, and with the devotion, love and devotion. Patram Pushpam Palam Toram Yomi Bhaktya Priyachiti Tadaham Bhakti Upahrutam Asnami Prahitatmanaha. Bhakti Upahrutam, which should not expect any kind of in return. If we work for Krishna, we don't expect anything. It is to please Krishna, that's all. Otherwise, yeah, okay, I'm doing this one. Krishna, you bless me with that one. That is kind of a Krupanaha Palahetavaha. He is called Krupana.
Prabhu,
But
in the way that we should not be asking anything, just leave everything, right?
yes, we do things for the pleasure of Krishna. We don't expect anything in return for us.
Mm-hmm.
I heard like if you are in restrict, you instead of going other place, you do ask like you can like pray. That's true.
Just to pray to the Lord. We are going to the holy dams just to take the
Like
visit,
if you have
associate with
problem
the
distracts,
devotees.
so you cannot pray. Like instead of I ask that like instead of asking someone else, it's better to pray Krishna.
Praying to ask something from Krishna for progressing in spiritual Krishna consciousness, that can be recommended. But asking for, oh Krishna, please bless me so that I get a good job, I get my children, get them into good job. These are all material desires. But still, one can go in the beginning stages. Still, he can go to Krishna to ask for that. But that is not a pure devotion. Still, but that is a progress. Akama sarvakamova mokshakama gudaradi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. If one has got material desires or no material desires or moksha desire, then he can worship Krishna. He can ask desires in the beginning stages, but that is not yet pure devotion. Still, further steps to go further. Uh, he need to progress further so that he would not have any material desires. But when we are living in the family life, we can ask some desires from the Lord. But at the same time, we need to, on the other side, reflect. We should not be asking. But gradually, for example, when we are entering in the 25 years of age, we may have so many desires. And gradually, family, children, desires. We can ask at that time. But later on, gradually reduce. And whenever we are coming nearer to 50, no more desires. We don't ask. But that is also when we are asking, dovetailing everything in Krishna only, not with the demigods, not going to some demigod like Ganesh, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Saraswati, Lakshmi independently. We don't go like that. We come to only Krishna to ask anything from Krishna only. Demigod worship is not recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Kamaistaitra hudajnanaha prapadyante anya devataha. Who are lost their intelligence, they surrender themselves to demigods. For a tam tam nima mastaya prakrutya nita swaya. If they ask for going to demigods to ask for some benedictions, they will be conditioned by the material nature. That's why Krishna says, only one has to worship me alone. Whatever you do, whatever you perform, whatever yajna, dana, tapa, kriya, everything, offer, give it as a offering to me only. That is Krishna's recommendation. If we wanted to ask some desires, ask only Krishna, not anyone else.
Hare Krishna. I think what it points down to is that we as human beings and everything is only spark of Krishna's energy. So they're not permanency. They're just short-lived, like a spark does. So it's what we make of them and how we channel them to the best of our benefit, really, to get closer to Krishna. How, as Prabhu said about, how are we using everything that we acquire, or are we aiming for, and we eventually acquire, and that's what we get the struggles for, is how we're using it into Krishna's service. Are we even saying thank you, Krishna? Are we showing our gratitude? Sometimes we think, oh, it's my hard work and I've acquired this and it's mine and only mine, and I'm going to live forever, and all those kind of things. So it's all connected. So think of everything you see, everybody who is a spark of beautiful energy of Krishna, and then you get to start loving people and loving what you do, and everything becomes so clear and beautiful then. Well, I find that anyway when I channel my energy into these areas. Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, we employ all the Atma, Dhadiya, Karma, everything in the Shreya Acharanam Sada, engage in Krishna service, everything. That is the perfect way of life. And like Jashno Kanya Mataji does service incessantly to Krishna, distributing of books, speaking to the people, come to Krishna consciousness, chanting and everything. So that is the pure devotion, dedication. But to come to that stage, we gradually come. We have to fulfill our responsibilities while keeping Krishna in the center. gradually progress.
And Mahotsa is the third time, you know, beat his previous records, and nobody else has been able to do it. I don't know if anybody heard of him. And he is the top book distributor. In a day, he can do thousands of books. So he has actually said one of the key things that he does is take a set of Srimad Bhagavatam in the back of your car, always have it with you. And so you talk to people, you come in contact with people. He could be just getting petrol at a petrol station, going to a shop, to get some water or whatever, and you got it ready there. And that's how we can get the word across to everybody how important it is. It's taking Krishna with you, taking Krishna around with you, and actually sharing, and not thinking, oh, it's my Krishna only, and I got a secret, and it's for everybody. And so that is the love that you have to share with each other. And this group does share that love part of it. And I think sometimes we run away because some people don't like to be loved. I think. Haribol. And so yeah, it's a choice we have, isn't it? It's a journey, one way or another way. So we get caught up in the world in the one-way system. One-way system is a big hurdle. Everybody knows about the one-way system. You get caught up in the one-way system and you go round and round in it like a merry-go-round. And you get, they say, a rolling stone gather no mass. And it's like that. You gather nothing. And then you end up in the same place and you wonder why you got there. That I've done so much, all my energy is drained doing what, and I'm getting nowhere. What's happening? I'm being, God is punishing me. No, you have a choice. God give us free will to go this way or that way. And which is the best way? Krishna. So how are you choosing that way to go there? There's this road or that road. Haribo. Simple living, higher thinking. Again, we come back to the same thing. Prabhupada gave up everything to share his love of people. How much are we prepared to do? Sorry, I can go on and on and on. Sorry, I don't want to disturb anybody. Haribo.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully explained. So that is, to get strength, one should chant the beats 16 rounds without fail. That is the ultimate end. Once again, culminate everything in chanting. Okay, so thank you so much, all the devotees. Now we are already 15 minutes past 8 o'clock. I think we can continue further in the next weekend sessions, these kind of blissful conversations. Okay, I think we shall.
Yes, it's very valuable, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haribol. Thank you very much. Haribol, everybody. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. And hope to see all of you and more tomorrow.
So we shall conclude and continue with further japa if devotees will stay together. If anyone would like to. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Kosi Vaishnava Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
Thank you.